Then we about to go live.
That's all right. As long as you ain't slow down.
Act like you got them skate. 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 Go live, I'm finna go live. 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 Go live, I'm finna go live.
What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody, man? Kane Nation, we back in the building, man. We got a special one already ready to rock and roll. I see y'all in the comment section. Let me know everything looks good, sounds good. Brother Jay Blaze in the building. Let me know everything looks good, sounds good real quick, man. Max, he got the peace sign up. Let me see here. Brother Jay Blaze. Hey, man, congratulations to you, man. You know, on y'all parade. I don't like to put your stuff out there, but if you want to, you're more than welcome to put it in the chat, and then I'll jump on the Haitian Ella in the building. She say, Brother Jay Blaze taking your job. You better get on that job, Haitian Ella, boy. You're about to lose it because you know how it go around here. We don't play them games. So if you don't do it, it don't happen. You understand? I'm just playing. You know, you always got a spot here. King Kyle in the building. Hopefully you'll call in today. I've been wanting to talk to you, my brother. But anyway, got a couple of people in here. Everything looks good. Gonna let a couple of people roll in. We already got 26 in here. What's up, Coach Hayes? I'm good, Brian. I appreciate that, man. Beautiful Sunday afternoon. What's up with you, Hurricane Logan, man? Where you been, dog? Man, you got to call in tonight, man. We get these phone lines up. You definitely got to call in. And Black Money 100 said, what's good, Coach? And Marcus says 100. Appreciate it. Let's go ahead and get this thing rocking and rolling right here. Let me go ahead and get this piece up here. Our sponsor for the day, as always, for our Hurricane Talk Live, since we've been doing this, is Mr. Alex Tabio from Certified Home Loans. This brother has been with me since the start of this, and I really appreciate him. So if you got anything going on with home financing, check him out. Give him a call. Trust me. I know it's a little rocky out there right now. Interest rates up high, but my dog worked wonders. So help him out. Go check him out. He could definitely help you out. All his information is in the description, as well as for all of my entrepreneurs out here. We about to talk to one in a second. But all my entrepreneurs out here who deal with cash, have their own business, and you're looking for home loans, don't necessarily have a pay stub from a business or a corporation. He has very aggressive programs for you in that sense as well. And he gets it done certified throughout the state of Florida, not just South Florida, Miami, but anywhere in the state of Florida. And he helped Coach get his deal right here. All right. Let's get this thing. All right, here we go. Brother Jay Blaze, 150th anniversary of the Washington, D.C. Fire Department. So since he put it out there, Brother Jay Blaze, hence the name Jay Blaze, is a firefighter, man, and congratulations to him and all that he does, man, and thank you for your service, man, for helping these folks out throughout the community as well. Anyway, let me go ahead and get my man in the building. Today, we're talking about NIL deals. I know people have been talking about this a lot, but the reason I think this show is going to be very special because I want to get it from a player's perspective, a former player's perspective, and how they would have handled these type of situations. So we're going to dig deep into this as well. Also, the Miami Heat killing it out here. They waiting for, I think, the Celtics. They're going to play the Celtics here in the next round. But without further ado, let's bring my dog in the building. Let's get him rocking and rolling. There you go.
Man, what's up, man? Hey, boy, listen. You know you from Miami, boy, with your intro. You had me over here bobbing, boy.
Hey, I like you got on some skates.
Yeah.
I like you got on some skates. Hey, what you from the crib? Hey,
you got to put on for the crib.
Hey, you can always take me out. You can take me out the crib, but you can't take the crib out of me.
So you gotta be like, hey, you gotta put on for the crib. So this is these right here. These right here. Hey, I'm gonna come put on for the crib. That's my second home, Miami. I'm gonna come put on. Hey, we don't drop them. Listen, we don't drop them already in Miami in location, but we ain't let them know where the location's at. So we're gonna hit them with them locations this week. They already in stores in Miami, but we ain't let them know because we feel like the product so good. Let's see, can it sell itself? Let's see, can it catch somebody out who don't even know about it? You see what I'm saying? So we know. Listen, hey, Coach, we already know when we let them know where they at. Man, the Miami fans gonna go get them, boy. They listen. But the thing is, like I said, man, we had one fan. He said, man, Lance in the space. He said, I'm be honest with you, we're gonna always support our Miami Hurricane fans. But he said, man, listen, Them bitches good for real. He said them bitches good for real. But yeah, man, you know I had to come mess with you, dog.
Nah, it's all good, man. So like I say, we on here, we gonna get it in, and we're gonna talk a little bit about the NIL, and I want to talk tonight from a player's perspective, coming out as a 5-star, all of that kind of stuff. I really want to kind of deep dive into this deal because it's a lot going on. It's new territory, uncharted territory when it comes to, you know, these players getting paid and all this stuff right now. Currently got 38 in the building. Y'all go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, as well as y'all see the Cash App, PayPal, all that good stuff rolling around. All the information is in the description as well. Also, go pick them up. Y'all, if y'all didn't see me at the spring game, right? That was my first time getting a chance to meet Lance, right? And first time I had a chance to taste one boiled peanuts. And look here, man, I'm on the camera. I'm talking like pellets. You understand? And I gotta say this, boy, the hustler spirit. My man was out there hustling. I'm talking about I'm on the camera. I'm watching him. He getting any and everybody, and they out there selling out, boy. So that's awesome.
Hey,
that's
man,
awesome.
Hey, you don't know where I got that hustle from. I got that from my mama, boy. Selling the candy apple with my mama. 7, 8 years old, we ride in the red car. Got to sell them candy apple, boy.
Hey, it ain't no fitting, man. A red candy apple car with the red candy apples in it. Boy, they know what time it was when it was coming down the street. Huh?
Oh, yeah.
That's it, man. Anyway, man, let's go ahead and get this thing rocking. Big shout out to Hurricane T2Y, man, in the building. Y'all go check
him.
Yeah.
Hey, that little boy, he already know. Got Palm Beach on. Listen, that boy got Palm Beach on lock with Taste One. Our boy,
look at this.
Our boy got Palm Beach. Listen, that boy got Palm Beach on lock. That boy probably got like 20 locations in Palm Beach.
I see, man. I seen it one time he was riding. That boy had a whole box of shipment in the back seat. You know what I'm saying? Hey, he even had him strapped in the baby seat in the back. I said,
hey, let me tell you about T2Y, dog. The first time when I met him, my daddy knew who he was before I did. He like, hey, the YouTuber who you on the YouTube? See, my daddy had a stroke, but he could barely, you know what I'm saying? So he could barely get out. But since I put him on the YouTube, man, listen, he been watching. He could tell you everything about University of Miami. He just one told me about you, Coach Coop. I mean, Coach Hayes. He the one told me about you, Coach Hayes. And shit, my daddy told me about T2Y. I will tell you how he told me about T2Y. He like, hey, nah, he got the 2. I know you talking about. He got the 2 baby car seats in the back.
He be riding him. Hey, you got to take care of them babies, man. Let's get into this deal, man, because believe it or not, it seems like we got a lot of time, but time gonna fly by. So you coming out of high school, 5-star. I know I seen you on the street and he picking on you, talking about you from Texas and all that good stuff.
Yeah, he tripping off of Bartow, Florida.
He from Bartow, Florida,
Polk County, man. Polk County.
Yeah, so I know you went out to Texas. Did you play your senior year out there?
I played my junior and senior year there.
Your junior and senior year, came out 5-star, decided to come back to the University of Miami and put on for the career of number 9. Did big things. We were talking earlier, you know, and you had big things coming in, but I want to tie this into the NIL. So being a player today, like say if you were that same guy, but in today's day, NIL is huge. Everybody's talking about, you know, these big deals and so forth. Knowing you 99.9% probably would have got a deal, especially being a 5-star coming out. What's your take on it from the NIL perspective as these young players coming in right now, these high-profile players?
Like me and you was talking earlier, man, I feel it could hurt them and it could help them if they do the right thing with their cash. Like my thing is, I'm big on this right here, man. If you work that much, man, get it. That's what you worth. But think about the future. You know what I'm saying? Got to think about that future because you can mess that money up. I told you, man. Listen, I'd rather see them mess that money up and learn from it, and then when they get that big deal, they'll know. Nah, I can't. Hey, I can't mess up this time because I already messed up some money. They learn because they don't got that. A lot of them, to be honest, a lot of them don't got that family they come from where we're already teaching our kids at a young age how to manage their money because shit, the parents don't know how to manage the money.
Right. So then let me ask you this then. So that's cool for the big time dudes, right? The maybe the TVDs, the Bryce Young with the $1 million deal, maybe Quinn Ewers, I think was another big time guy. But how about the matter of fact, I just take this prime example, De'Aaron King, right? I don't know how long he'll spend in the NFL if he's even getting a shot. I think he's signed with somebody, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, the Patriots, whatever. But again, we know when you deal with the undrafted free agency, that could not last that long, depending, right, of what happens. But he was one of the first guys to get the NIL deal, and we already know them first contracts in the NFL not super big, especially if you're going in as undrafted free agent. He probably got more NIL deal than he got from the Patriots. So what about him? And I know he's a smart guy, but I'm talking about guys that may be in that situation. Do you think NIL deals and them having access to that kind of cash at such a young age, could that potentially hurt those guys? Because if he makes that mistake of blowing the cash and now he goes to NFL, it ain't the same kind of cash, you don't know if you make that same, you know what I mean? Like, do you get a chance to learn that lesson?
Yeah, you better learn that lesson because that's why you got to talk to people like me, like the ones who didn't get to make them M's in the league. You know what I'm saying? And had to get it out the mud. Hey, boy, hold that money right there. Hey, you're gonna have to get it out here because once you're gone, everybody gonna forget about you. You see what I'm saying? And they're gonna think you went down. So if I was you, I'd save that money. Save that money, cause boy, listen, you don't know, like it's gonna be hard when you ain't got nothing. You just gotta figure out a way. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Because I look at these deals through Miami, and we, it is Canes Talk Live, and of course NIL is everywhere, but we'll focus on Miami. And for those that don't know, I do a Coach Me Coach podcast as well on Tuesdays at 8 o'clock, excuse me. And this is maybe a lot of continuation of what we did. So me and Dom talked about it, but more of a college football thing, like kind of just all over. But here I was looking at John Ruiz. Everybody knows who John Ruiz, the $1 billion lawyer. He has Life Wallet. He does the cigarette boat racing companies, and he has given out quite a few deals when it comes to the Miami Hurricanes. I mean, he's got a ton of dudes on this list, except he's got maybe 2 or 3 guys from FIU, a couple of Miami volleyball players, maybe 1 or 2 baseball players, but the majority of them are football players. And they range from $40,000 all the way down to $4,000. I'm sorry, $800,000 all the way down to $4,000. As we all know, the basketball player got the $800,000 deal for 2 years, plus a car to play for Miami basketball in the jail, Nigel Pack. So that's big time money, man. That's big time.
Hey, boy, that boy, hey, that boy got paid to come.
That's in the States, dog.
Man, if he do the right thing, he's straight for life. If he know what to do, he could be straight forever.
So with that 400, so let's just take the extreme route right now. So Nigel Pack for the Miami basketball player. So he's getting 400 a year plus this car. So total 2-year deal, 800,000. What do you tell a guy? That's almost like hitting a lotto. What do you tell a guy? Like you say, come ask you. So I'm asking you, I'm Nigel Pack. Hey, Lance, man, I just got this deal. And 800,000 for 2 years. You know, you was out there, you played in the league and you did the thing. But what do I do? Because like say, I don't have my mom ain't never had no real money like that. My dad, my family didn't have money like that. Nobody ever had this kind of money. So, and I can't trust these agents. I can't really trust these people. But I trust you, dog. What do I do?
I know, like, the first answer what a lot of people tell you, man, go put your money in real estate. That would be one of the first things. They do it, you know what I'm saying? But I tell him honestly, man, think about what you dreamed about doing when you was legit, when you was a little kid. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And how can you turn that to a business?
Mm-hmm.
like use your brain before you use that cash. You feel me? And that thing you thought about when you was legit, like see how you could turn it into a business and you just shoot for that shit. You see what I'm saying? Because your ideas, I feel like your ideas will be better than buying into someone else's business. Or like, or you might say, somebody might say, man, go buy some franchisees, go be a franchisee at a Subway, go get you some Subways. But I'm like, why you can't come with your own? Like you got something in your head, you could do like whatever you dreaming about. Go for your dream. I don't believe in
whatever your passion is. So your passion. So basically, and I listen to Gary Vee a lot. A lot of people don't know. You probably seen him. Real hot, strong cat. He real blah blah blah. And he always talk about your passion. Making your passion your profession. But here's the flip side. Sometimes at this age, I would have never thought at 18 years old I would be doing this, right? So sometimes life bends you a certain way in order to do different things, right? When no YouTube around when I was 18 years old, you know what I mean? And these 18-year-olds today, there's going to be a whole new something out there that they don't even have yet. You know what I mean? Like we would have never thought back in my day, boy, you had a beeper, you was the man. You know what I mean? You was the man if you had a beeper. So now it went from beepers to two-ways to cell phones to all this other kind of stuff. So I agree with you, but the problem is, in the meantime, while you're playing, what do you do with the money? In the meantime, you're a freshman coming in or a sophomore, whatever the case may be. What do you do with $800,000 as a young man besides blow?
Like when I told you talking to me, it's kind of different. You know what I'm saying? I'm always like, I'm gonna go to Taste One. I started Taste One back in 2011. A lot of people think I just came out with this idea. You see what I'm saying? Man, my whole 4 years you got that. We'll talk about him. The whole 2 years he got 800,000. Put together your game plan before you even start building. I'm always, and a lot of people might say, go throw it in some stock. I'm like, man, listen, I believe in building myself first before I do that. Like I'm big on when you talking to me, Coach Hayes, it's kind of it's different when you talking to me because I believe in building yourself, building what you want for yourself, and not taking the chance on somebody else's business. You taking the chance on that stock market, so don't listen to me. You see what I'm saying? Because I feel like this right here can outgrow that stock market any day.
Sure. I agree with that. I'm gonna answer this question right here. So I guess our code Kane said, remember, Coach. I guess he's talking about John Ruiz. He says, remember, Coach, not to play for Miami is to promote his company. Have to keep saying that. And yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, sure. I totally understand. It's not for him to play for the University of Miami. I totally understand that. But let's call a spade here, our code. What if John Ruiz doesn't exist? Does he come to Miami? I mean, I can't say that with 100% certainty, but I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? I just call it what it is. And again, I don't see anything wrong with that. You call it pay for play. It is what it is. Coaches do it all the time. We just did it to our own coach that we got right now, Mario Cristobal. We upped his salary to $8-point-something million, or $9 million, and that enticed him to leave Oregon and come to Miami, right? Now, as much as he loved Miami, Lance, and you was his first recruit, as much as Mario Cristobal loves University of Miami, the city of Miami, he's from the crib, all that good stuff, Calle Ocho, Cafe Con Leche. Do you think he would have came here for the same salary Manny Diaz was making?
Heck no.
No.
He made them pay. Listen, Mario made them pay. And I said this to Mario. I said, and Coach, you made them pay this time because they should have got through the first time.
Right.
Imagine like if they would have took a chance on Mario back when he was before the FIU or after the FIU?
It would have been after FIU. He left and went to Alabama. He left FIU, went to Miami for about a month with Al Golden, and then he ended up going to Alabama.
Man, they should have got him back then. That was kind of like you should have took a chance on him then. But so hey, now he don't got his resume up. You got to pay now.
You got to pay. You know what I'm saying? And so And so I guess it's the same thing,
Hey,
right?
you know, it's a business. He got to pay because just like he alumni, Coach Shannon was an alumni too. They ain't give him no opportunity. They ain't give a chance. So if I'm gonna come here, y'all got to pay me because y'all might get me out of here in 3 years. Y'all be playing. Y'all don't get nobody no chance to build a program. They're gonna get you out of there.
That's real. And so I said I brought that comparison to kind of answer his question. And what he says is I totally understand that. He says, I hear you, but you know, they love to bring us down. Yeah, I get it, man. Okay, so I'm with you, Kane. Listen, bro, they not coming here to play. They come in here to promote his business. I'm just teasing with you. But yeah, so let me ask you this. Go ahead. Promote that business.
Promote it. You better. Hey, I got to. Who else? If I don't do it, nobody else gonna do it. So you can always see this. And then the thing is, I don't gotta promote it because hey, the people doing it.
I love it, man. I love it. Listen, they good too now. So go ahead and get your seat, put them in the microwave for about 2 to 3 minutes, and you ready to rock and roll, especially during the season. Listen, get you one. Hey, everybody in the family get one. Like Oprah, you get a bag, you get a bag, you get a bag. Let's go make it happen, man. But and we're gonna go back and talk about that, how you got into that business. But let me say this, man. We got 84 right now in the building Sunday afternoon. Appreciate you guys. Hit that like button on the way. We need at least 80 likes. I'll take 4.
Hit that like button, man. Stop playing with Coach Hayes, man. Hit that like button, Coach, man. Turn Coach. Hey, listen, we got to turn them up tonight.
We got to open up the phone line too, man. We're gonna see what these people got to say to you. We're gonna open up the phone line and make it happen.
Too. You might not like my you might not like the answer. You ask me a crazy question, I'm gonna give you a crazy answer. Just let you know already.
I love it. I love it. All right, so here we go, dog. Here's what I said. I said this on the previous show. I've said this before. People probably who watch the show all the time heard me say this. Here's my take on the NIL. I believe strongly that the NCAA needs to have, not necessarily the university, but the NCAA who governs this needs to have some type of fail-safe to a certain extent in this deal. What do I mean? That the NCAA, this is what I believe. All players should get whatever they can. I don't care if it's $1 million, $100 million, $10, whatever it is. You got it. You earned it. It's yours. All right, off of your name, image, and likeness. And let me clarify with name, image, and likeness because a lot of people don't realize this. And we talked about this early this morning. In your name, image, and likeness, there is a piece of that. Your name, image, and likeness has a certain value because of where you are at the institution, right? You and I, we know some ball players out there that never made it to college. Maybe it was because of grades or whatever. But we talking about they outplayed a lot of people on that football field and never had a chance to go to college. And they ain't name, image, and likeness value is 0. You understand what I'm saying? But because they did go to the University of Miami or Florida State or Georgia, Texas, whatever, it increases their particular value. Is that fair?
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Okay. So I say all that to say back to the NCAA. They have to put something in place because what I don't want to see is a 30 for 30 10 years later with a i.e. Bryce Young who got this $1 million deal. I'm not saying he's going to do this, just using him as an example because everybody knows him and the big time deal he got. And he blows all his money and has nothing. Just like we just saw the thing about Antoine Walker on, I think it was The Pivot or maybe it was I Am Athlete or it was one of those shows. Man had $100 million and is broke.
Man.
$100 million and is broke. Not filed for bankruptcy, you know, like you do strategically in business. Broke.
Man, that's crazy. Like, you can't be that. Man, how?
You know how simple it is? Because financial literacy is huge. A lot of people don't know. Uncle Sam finna stick his hand in your pocket and get 40% of that before you even touch it. So when you hear, for prime example, Tom Brady, $380 million
a year.
Huh?
That boy was spending over $1 million a year.
Easily. $1 million, $10 million.
That's crazy.
Because here's how I look at it. Financial literacy, people don't realize you don't know what you don't know. Like you said, you come from places where you don't understand taxes. The only tax you understand is when you go buy some Taste One peanuts and they put that 7% on a $3.99 value.
Oh,
right?
No.
Right. So you know, for example, that ain't 40% of income. You paying $3.99, right? You walk out of there, you pay 7 cents, so you're gonna probably pay about $4.50 somewhere if you want to do the math, right? So you're gonna pay somewhere $4.30, something with our change for a product. It's not the same when it comes to that kind of tax bracket. So now you make 100 million. Uncle Sam coming to get 40. So now you got 60. Now your agent he coming to get 10 of that. So he taking 6.
So you're at 50. What, 50?
You at 54.
Okay.
So now you pretty much at 50% right now. You ain't bought your mama the house. You ain't paid off big mama loans. You ain't paid off all this other stuff. You ain't bought the rapper / rookie starter kit with the big chain, the car, how I would call it the starter kit, right? You got to have Gucci with all the G's all over it, the double G on the belt. You know what I'm saying? You ain't bought none of that stuff. Now, mind you, I can't wear that stuff twice. So I got to keep buying more and more and more and more. And then, hold on, you got your homeboys with you because they've been with you since you was in middle school, but they got to be fresh too. So you got to get them the homeboy starter kit, right?
Yeah, just like that for real.
And then when you go to the club, he ain't got no money. So I got to get him in. I got to buy. So I can't look like I'm the only one with the bottle. So I got to buy all 10 of us a bottle.
But the thing about it, if they knew how to do it, they could do it, especially with that party. Man, just imagine. Okay.
Right there. Right there. If they knew how, and that's the problem. They don't know how. They think they have to spend this money. Why do you think you hear so many 30 for 30? The financial literacy is so bad. Bro, Antoine Walker ain't the only dude. If it was one Antoine Walker and that was it, I wouldn't even be having this conversation. Somebody gonna do it's one dude that did right versus 1,000 that did wrong. You know what I mean? And that's what's crazy about it. You know what I mean? Not to belabor the point, but I just want to say that about the financial literacy. Mm-hmm. So let me go to the NIL. Somebody say he gambled his money away. Right, there you go. Somebody got a vice, whether it's dope, women, drugs, liquor, alcohol, right? You ain't gonna sit up here and be the Instagram model. You think they finna come see you for $10? Nah, you got to put them on a first class flight. You got to do all this. Then you got to pay them some hush money. Then bro, it never stopped. You know what I'm saying? Lance, you with me or you stuck? I think Lance stuck, y'all. I'm gonna remove him from the deal. Anyway, that boy gone. I don't know how he'll come back in, but anyway, so I'll say this piece and hopefully he can hear it. So, so my point to that was, about the NCAA. I know I kind of lost my train of thought here. So for the NCAA, I firmly believe that these players should get whatever they choose, right? Whatever their money is, whatever they get, that's fine. And you gotta let me know when we open up the phone lines, if you agree or disagree with this. Or let me know in the chat. These players should be able to put this money away into some type of investment account. Remember, every investment account is not like the regular stock market where you can lose it all if something crashes. They have so many different investment programs out there where you may not earn as much, but you can have zero risk, whatever the case may be. But that's different. We'll talk about that later. But I believe those dollars should go into those type of accounts for these players, pending they graduate from college. Okay. Once you graduate from the university, you can then unlock that money and take it where you need it. Why is this important? I think this is important because let some maturity step in. I keep using Bryce Young for an example, just because we know who he is, we know what his deal was. But as a matter of fact, let's just use Nigel Pack. He got $800,000. He does not need $400,000 a year at his disposal as a college student. I'm gonna be honest. He doesn't need any of that money at his disposal as a college student. Why? He's got full ride. He's got food. They live in lavish dorms / apartments. Trust me, this ain't back in the day. They got very nice stuff. You understand me? And people say, well, what about his family? Unfortunately, and I know this is going to sound harsh, but this is what you have to do in order to protect money. I'm sorry, I thought that was him. This is what you have to do in order to protect money. Here you go. My bad, you back?
Man, it was storming, but that thing knocked the whole power out. You
were like this. I was like, is he really focused? You were sitting there like I was just talking about that piece where I was talking about the investment. I know we talked about this, so you can kind of catch up. This man's stuck again, man. I'm gonna leave him up there stuck. But anyway, so when it comes to the money of sending money home, this is the hard conversation. It is not a player's responsibility in college to take care of his parents. It is not his responsibility to take care of his mom and dad. You can't put that burden on a college player. And the reason I say that, because there has to be some responsibility when it comes to that. And I know a lot of people don't like that, but that's okay. I'll take that and I'll answer any question about it. I tell people, if you struggle for 18 years, what's 4 more? What's 3 more? What's 3 more years of quote unquote struggling, but yet you got some money down the line? You understand what I'm saying, Lance? You stuck on me or not? Yeah, you got to blink every so I know you lying.
Hey, boy, it's storming.
Nah, I got you. Yeah, it looked bad out here looking out the window. So tell me, we talked about that piece. I was talking about that. What do you think before I go on to my next part? I was talking about putting the money up into, and I know you talked about investments, but like I said, Lance, there are investment opportunities out there where there are zero risk. You don't get as much reward out of it, right? It doesn't have to be Bitcoin and NFTs. Mm-hmm. There are investment programs out there where you can get 4, 5, 6% on your money, but take no risk, right? Mm-hmm. So my question is, why not do that with these dollars? And then my second piece of that was, it is not the player's burden to take care of his mom and send money home in his 4 years of college. How do you feel about that?
No, I'm with you. Like, if he don't, like I said, I'm always go back how I think. If he don't have a mindset like me, you already know, man, listen, put that money, they should have something in place like, okay, you could get 25% of the money now and 75%, like you say, you got to go invest it or put it up somewhere. And I'm with you. I think that'll be definitely a great thing to do, because shit, when that money going, them boy gonna spend that money crazy, boy.
Hey, they want to go out. They want to.
Listen, I saw how we spent the Pell Grant back then, and there wasn't no money. So man, listen, man, we get that Pell Grant. What you get, 2 stacks each semester? So that's 4 stacks, bro. I used to wait to the second semester to get mine, so I get my 4 stacks at once. Man, you listen. Send some home to my mama, and shit, I'll go to the mall.
And that's just what I'm talking about, right? So imagine when they got $50,000,
and
right?
That's scary.
And
but
that's scary.
like I told you, what I told you earlier, I'd rather for them to blow through that if they do it, and then before they get the real millions, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like they'll learn. Like, because you don't get that second opportunity in the NFL when you lose that money. When it's gone, it's gone. You see what I'm saying?
Right. But the thing is, though, but the thing to what you're saying, you're 100% right. But the thing to what you're saying is that's for the elite guys. Okay, like they're going to have a second opportunity to Tyler Van Dyke, God willing, will have a second opportunity to blow some more money, right? But looking at this list of NIL deals, Frank Latson is a wide receiver. He's got a 12-month contract with Life Wallet for $40,000. Right? So check this out. So if you break that up,
I'm happy because I got one kid we could talk about, and we could just use him for example. But finish.
Okay. So what I'm saying,
he got to deal with Life Wallet. So
All right. So take Frank Lansing, for example. Will he probably get a chance based on his performance, right? Based on his performance, it's not a knock. I'm looking strictly at based on his performance. Will he be big in the NFL? Will he work to the second and third contracts? If you had to go draft him today, probably not. Probably not, right? It's not a knock, but I'm just saying. So that 40,000 that he gets in his hand, if he put it up for the next 2-3 years, could probably turn into 48,000, right? Maybe 50,000. That's enough to start him in something. What, right? So to get something going versus spending it down at Aventura or at Dolphin Mall somewhere. You understand what I'm saying? Trying to keep up with the Joneses.
Listen,
They gonna blow it.
Do it. They gonna do it too. If they
I'm just looking at a lot of guys.
Right, I promise
I'm just looking at a lot. I'm looking at a lot of guys right here. Matter of fact, what's the guy name you talking about? I can pull this stuff up.
Well, I was saying like, okay, Cleveland Reed, he got something with like Wallet, and I'm from Polk County, and I hope you know what I'm saying. We don't know how far his football career gonna go because of injuries and stuff. And I would, me being like when I said big brother, but I don't really talk to him like that. But I would hope he do the right thing with his cash because he's like, man, I got this with like Wallet, right? Some people ain't gonna have that opportunity right there to start off with 45 or 50 stats. If you do the right thing with that 45, 50 stats, bro, like you said, put together, like you say, do what you say, put it in wherever you said, and you grow interest on it, right? But when you get done with that, them 2 years, just say your 4 years, you got 4 years, have a plan, man. Be putting together that plan the whole time. Because when I was putting together my plan, I was on my truck. You see what I'm saying?
What truck? Let them know. We ain't talking about the F-150.
No, we're talking about a semi truck. Hey,
a semi truck.
My own trucking company. So, dog, that's why I feel like if you get that cash, be putting together a plan. You ain't gotta spend it when you're in college because they taking care of you still. You still got free rent. You see what I'm saying? You still they still get their school check, right?
Still get their school, this cost of attendance check.
Bruh, put together a plan. Like you said, if you don't want it, you don't know if you, man, listen, stay away from investors. I like when people like, hey, come invest with me, man, you better look into that. I'm big on building your own, bro. I'm scared of that because you try to build your dream with my money. So I'm big on building my own. But be putting together a plan them 4 years. You see what I'm saying?
And then you look at guys, these are 12-month contracts I'm looking at, right? So imagine if next year he gets that, well, he's a fifth-year senior, but let's just say he had an additional year. Now that's 80 grand. Right? That he gets that, let's say he gets that same contract at 40, he's got 42. So that's 84 grand plus the interest that he's earning that he's not touched. That's beautiful seed money to get started in an idea. Right? How many people would love to have $84,000, mind you, that you didn't go below? Let's be real, Lance. Did you need True Religion? You were Lance Leggett, dog. You number 9. Ain't there woman, person, fan hollered at you even more or less because you had on True Religion or Gucci sweater if you would have had on just a Miami Hurricane t-shirt?
Nah, at all.
And that's what I'm saying. Like we have to instill that in our guys, and I don't think they get it, and I don't think people get it. And I'm not saying we shouldn't have nice stuff. You should have nice stuff, but there's also a sacrifice period in life, dog.
Yeah.
Where you got to say to yourself, if I could get 84 grand to start something, that doesn't mean the business may not fail. Most businesses do fail, but at least you had an opportunity to put it out there. You understand what I'm saying?
It's just like you say on a materialistic stuff, you got to know how to do it. I'm not telling you, man, not to go get your Gucci and Louis. If you want to get it, get it. I like it, but it's how you go out. You see what I'm saying? Bro, say if you was the type that really never go out like that, you're like, man, I don't want my face to get old. We got to think, man, I don't want my face to get old. Why you want your face to get old in the club? And that's just old boy. But the thing is, just say if they just went out, okay, birthday. bro, your birthday, get your little Gucci, Louis. You pay whatever we pay for it. That's just one time. But when
and you can do that with your Pell Grant and your cost of attendance check, bro.
Yeah, but if you're going out, if you're doing that 3 times a month though, you got to go get your Gucci, Louis, all that 3 times a month, boy. And you got to go to the club,
and you got to buy a drink. You know, in Miami, you'll spend easily $100 before you get in the club. By the time by the time you get through the door, everything else, you gonna spend $100. Now they make but nah, bro. I'm just saying, and it's not about being cheap. It's about having an understanding. And this is what I tell people all the time. You could be sitting right there in the club with the owner. And he ain't up there got G's all over his stuff.
No, they don't.
This dude got regular stuff on. And what I say that to say we have to understand our priorities. Again, not to say we don't have to have nice things. Yes, but there's a time and a place for there's a time and a place for those nice things. And you got to be very strategic when you do that. You understand? You have to understand the priority. And that's what's hard about teaching an 18-year-old guy with money. And that goes back to what I was saying about the NCAA has to take some responsibility in protecting these players financially the same way they do on the field with athletic trainers, the same way they do on the field with recruiting, the same way they do on the field when it comes to all these scholarships and everything else. They have to help them, man, with that. Yeah.
Yeah, boy, some of them gonna mess up, and they don't, like you said, won't get that second chance. Got to get it out the mud, boy.
Yeah. You got to get it.
You gonna have to get it out the mud, boy. Hey, it's gonna be lonely too.
So Lance, let me ask you a question, not to get in your pocket, but starting your trucking company. Let me ask you this: when you started the trucking company, did you have the Taste One Peanuts idea already? Had you already started, or it started sitting in the truck?
No, I had the idea already.
Okay.
But the way I wanted to bring it out came in when I was driving the truck.
But did you drive the truck in order to finance the bringing out of Taste One Peanuts? Was that part of the process?
I use the pump and dump system. Like, I pumped out of trucking. I hate trucking. Listen, I hate trucking, but I use the pump and dump. And I got a degree from the University of Miami. I'm be honest, I don't use it. I don't want to use it. I'm not gonna use it. But that's a whole nother subject.
Sure.
But I use a pump and dump system. I just pumped out of trucking and poured into what I wanted to do.
So when did you start trucking?
Shit, don't make me lie. I've been trucking like 7 years, 8 years, 7 years, probably 8.
Right. So imagine this. I'm saying all this to say this. So imagine if you had $84,000 7 years ago, didn't have to do the trucking, you could have spent all that time Taste One Peanut 7 years ago, since you already had the idea.
Man,
think about what now. I'm saying because you 37 now.
Hey, go ahead, boy. That interview might cost you then, boy. The view. Hey, back then, the interviews would be costing you right now, boy. Cause back then, if I would have had that, it would have been a wrap.
Yeah, because now you can properly pay the graphic designer, the co-packer, the manufacturer, all of the things you need to get that thing off the ground. Because, like you said, you had an idea, but what I have to do, I got to find a way to support this habit. You understand what I'm saying? What does that mean? Meaning I got to find a way to fund my dream. How do I do it? Let me go cop these CDLs. Let me go drive these trucks. Let me go, and like you said, it's something you hated to do. But if you would have had 84 stacks, and you probably would have had way more being a 5-star coming out, you know what I mean, in today's world.
Man, how much they giving these boys, I guarantee you I would at least made me. Boy, I would have made me at least over 400.
So imagine and I ain't saying don't spend yourself a little. I ain't saying that. What I'm saying is at least you have something to start with. Or let's just say you you want to go in the business world and you don't want to work for yourself. That's okay too. But guess what? You come out, let's say a guy got an MBA from Miami, he played for the team, want to start his own business, and whatever the case may be. And guess what? He works for Merrill Lynch, but at least he has money to now buy a home with.
Buy a home. That's my biggest thing.
You know what I mean? Yeah, but you can start that buying a home. You can, you can do a lot with that money, and you didn't give it to Gucci, Louis Vuitton. Like you didn't give all your money away to the club owner where he could go buy a house. No, you can't even remember 10% of the clubs you probably been in the nights you had in the, unless it was just astronomical.
Because listen, some of them boys gonna spend, them boys finna go to the club and they finna spend so much. They really, and the crazy thing about it, playing for Miami, you really don't have to pay for nothing. Just go. But they're gonna be so crazy, they're gonna want to buy a bottle. It's gonna be one of them run through it now.
Yeah, plenty of, because it's something you never had, right? It's something you never possessed. It's something that financially is something, you want to make up for all the things you didn't have. I know Shannon Sharp talks about this a lot. Sometimes when you get this money, it is because you never had a chance to have a big Christmas, So now when you get opportunity to buy something, you can buy what you want. But at the end of the day, what baffles me is, as the old saying goes, a wise man learns from a fool's mistakes. There's so many foolish examples out there of people blowing money fast, dog, that they have nothing, dog. They were sitting on top of the world and couldn't parlay that into anything. And now you have nothing. You understand? Like, that's crazy. MC Hammer. I'm just talking about people, MC Hammer, Mike Tyson at one point, Antoine Walker. I mean, we talking about 500 million, dog.
A lot of them ain't grindless, and a lot of them ain't have to start no business out from the muscle. It's kind of like somebody gave you some money. Yeah, you had a career, but somebody gave you some money. And you couldn't fund it because you had to go sign with the record label. So they funded you, and then when your career is done, you don't know how to make no money because you got really somebody gave you something to go do it. You know what I'm saying? Rather than learning how to run that business, boy, off the muscle, no matter what, and nobody ain't help you with no loans, no nothing, you'll always know how to get it again. But a lot of them, you'll see, man, it's crazy because I'm like, dang, boy, you get to see like people who went to college, and you get to really see how them boys live, the ones who don't get to make it. Like, well, I could tell you a lot of them.
And Lance, let me ask you, because I think about this a lot. Yeah, I think about this a lot. Think about the player who for 4 years lived at the highest level in college player. I'm talking about, I don't know, I'm just picking, let's say Peter Warrick, for example. Peter Warrick was a walking god in college football to the fan base, to Florida State, right?
Mm-hmm.
Played in the NFL, yeah. But think about how he was, and this is not a knock, I'm just talking about how fame goes from here and goes down quickly. Right now, unless you really know, Peter Warrick walked by it through the mall, and a lot of people wouldn't even know who he was. And today, but I'm just talking about how Peter Warrick was a god to a lot of people.
But imagine the one who was like that on top, but didn't get to make it to the league and get some cash. Like, bro, you know what I'm talking about, bro. You really get to see how they live, boy. Like, damn, boy, that boy got to go back to the project, boy.
Yeah,
until you get right.
You're going right back. And so the NIL deal, it gives you so much opportunity to, because you can't count on that NIL. And here's what I tell people all the time. You take Georgia, for example. Georgia just won a national championship. Think about this. A lot of people don't put this in perspective. Georgia just won a national championship that Monday. Tuesday, 90% of them seniors going to get a job. Think about that. Not, and when I say that Tuesday, not literally, but they're not getting drafted. That offensive guard, that center, that whoever is not getting a job, not getting an NFL chance, and he got to go find something to do. Right? Everybody ain't gonna, like Trick say. Let's face it, everybody ain't gonna make it.
Heck no, boy.
And you were on a national championship team, and you got to go find somewhere to work or start business or whatever the case may be. Come Tuesday morning.
Gotta be strong, gotta be ready, cause boy gonna be looking at back at the crib. Dang, boy, you out here working with me, boy? Dang, you trip. You gotta be strong, gotta be. But the thing is, if they would by playing sports, they should have thick skin. Bro, I played on the high. You coming from Georgia, wherever, Miami, Florida, man, bro, I played on a high level, bro. Whatever you say to me, it don't matter. You gotta have that plan. You know what I'm saying? You might have to go back to the crib and work a little bit, but make sure you like, okay, it's temporary. You know what I'm saying? Even if you want to go back home and be home, just make sure you go up. Don't go down. You see what I'm saying? Because that's what a lot of people want. But honestly, coach, that's what a lot of them be wanting to see so they can talk about you.
I believe that. I definitely believe.
But the thing is, you just, hey, yeah, I'm here, and you don't know what I'm trying to do though. He might be trying to move up in the company. He might can because he got that degree now, but he got to start down here. Or he might just, all right, I just need something to pay my bills. I got the other plan. But a lot of them, they just got to know when you don't make it, but you better have thick skin.
And let me ask you that. Let me ask you. I'm gonna ask you something. If you choose to answer, you can. How does it go? Because you look at, like you say, guys are up here, and I don't care how tough you are mentally. That's got to hurt because your plan is go to the NFL, play 10 years, make all this money. Whoop 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 whoop. But God got a different plan for people. And I'm glad I got you on here to ask you this. How does one feel? Like you say, boom, you come to the U, you do that, you go to the league, you say you play 2 years, and the phone call stop. Now I know you built a little different, but maybe you could speak from speaking from other people who you've had conversations with. But it's like, do you feel like I'm here, and then all of a sudden it's like boom, or am I here and I did what I was supposed to do, and I'm gonna keep on trucking? So
you want to hear my answer? My answer, I'm gonna carry myself up the hill, so it don't matter. Like I'm gonna carry myself up the hill. I always carry myself like that, so it won't even bother me. But like I said to the norm, boy, you just gotta be tough.
But it's gotta take some toll, right? Like it's gotta take, like it's gotta hurt in some form of fashion, like hell, like even on a job you don't like and you get fired, you be like, man, they tried. Like it's gotta hit you like a gut punch, whether it's for 10 minutes or 10 years. You gotta be like, dang, like, you know what I'm saying? I was right here, like, because that's how I felt when I be honest, when I was at
it'd be hard for me to speak with somebody else. Coach Hayes, it's like with me, man. Everybody knows me, they already knew me, I'm a hustler. You see what I'm saying? So like, it don't work. Shit, it is what it is. I'm gonna get out here, get out here and get it.
You go out there and get it. But that's a great
attitude. I don't care what nobody. I don't care about what nobody say. So it is what it is. Shit, you ain't waking me up every morning. I gotta wake myself up.
Right. No, it's that's a great attitude to have. I just know that a lot of people, because you're human, right? Everybody has emotion. Everybody has this. And for the past 9-10 years, you've been on this uptrend. When I say you, I'm speaking in general. You're on this uptrend. And then think about the national championship. Boom, you at the pinnacle. And the next day, all that 15 years you've been working.
Calls won't stop now. Listen, them calls won't stop. Because they on to the next who coming in as a freshman. Them calls won't stop. Like, you gonna run, listen, man. Just imagine you having somebody you thought was cool with you. See what I'm saying? And you ain't make it. Shit, you thought y'all cool. Shit, you here for that motherfucker.
That's business.
Hey, Kohei, you ain't hear from him like 18, 20 years. Man, hey, it is what it is.
Oh, I can tell you that now. It's coaches now. But when I had them top players, man, my phone stayed. I could call them 1 a.m. Hello, hey, coach, how are you? They sound like they wide awake. Hello, hey, how are you, coach? Now you call them, boy. Look here, they won't even answer the phone. And I'd have been in a place where I seen when I call them, I seen him look at the phone and put it back in his pocket. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's a whole nother issue. Let me say this last piece before we open up the phone line here in the second hour. So back to my kind of NIL plan was players, you know where I stood in the sense of putting in these investments, whatever, and you can't unlock it until you graduate from college. From once you get your degree from the university. And the reason I say that is because it's a win-win for the player. You walk out with your degree, right? Now, in today's society, I understand college degrees don't mean as much as they did 20 years ago, 30 years ago, right? I understand we're moving to an entrepreneurial society where everybody's, like you say, kind of doing their own thing. But at the end of the day, you have something officially that you've earned from that university because that was truly your purpose of going there. I know your purpose was to go play ball too. I get it. But you also used the university. You didn't, because I feel like if you just walk out of there and play ball and don't walk out with a degree, I feel like you let the university use you.
Oh, yeah.
Like you never used them to get somewhere. But ultimately speaking, because everybody going to have a retirement day, whether it's 2 years, whether it's 20, Tom Brady going to retire.
Man, listen here, man. I tell you about that. How the hell you go there for 4 years and don't get your degree? I hate school. I hate school with a passion. I got my degree in 3.5 years, and I hate school. If you be like, man, how you hate school? And you, man, listen. Man, you saw my transcript. You be like, well, what the heck? But I knew how to work the system. I just knew how to work the system. Like, I overload my classes because I might fail about 2 of them. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
And take every summer class. Every summer semester, I take so I could get ahead. But I'm like, how y'all go 4 years and don't get y'all paper, bro? I don't care about no degree because I don't use it. But at least I got it. But how y'all go that close and just, man, get that little jump. Just get it, just to have.
Yeah. And again, right? So Lance, you're an anomaly, right? You're the one-off, meaning you the cat that you built different and you fought tough, and I'm cool with that. But again, there are guys who, at the end of the day, in order for them to have some earning power, they're going to need that degree. Everybody not going to be is built like you. Everybody ain't willing to jump in the truck and get it. Most people willing to say, I'm going to take this degree, go work for a job for 30 years, probably make some good money, good connections through the U. And that's great. And that's nothing wrong with that as well, right? But how do you go to a school, like you say, don't walk out with a degree? And whether you play for them or not, most places want you to have some form of education and completed education in that sense. So that's why I say, for me, for you to unlock your money, you need your degree. So that way you still going to win. So even if that money doesn't work for you, that's fine. If you like your boy, he just went back and graduated from Notre Dame, Jerome Bettis. Just went back. So let's say if NIL was in play, he would unlock his money. Did he need his money? No, he probably made plenty in the NFL, but he still found it. He still found a reason for getting his degree because that's truly what his parents wanted for him, right? All that money. It's something about having that thing hanging on that wall that I got a degree from think about it, you got a degree from Notre Dame, a degree from the University of Miami, a degree from such and such university. You know, that's huge right there. That's huge.
Oh, yeah.
So what's your take on that, on that piece of unlocking it by getting your degree?
You only can touch the money until you get your degree, right? That's what you're asking, right?
Correct.
Yeah. I feel like that's a great thing to put in place. You see what I'm saying? Now, if you said, I won't say so much getting your degree, what if you have a player who declare early? Give him his money. He gone. You see what I'm saying? He can't come back.
Well, here's what I say.
Mhm.
Because you declare early, right? You got a 2-year deal, right? 3 years, something happens, you know. Why the degree is so important. Here's why I feel a degree is so important. Because just because you declare you're going to make some money while you're there, as you declared, and you make it in. So
Mhm.
you got some money to live off on. But again, right? Now that's back to making that mistake. You may blow that money, but at least you got some seed money back here to still work on. That is earning interest while you're still in the league. It's still your money, is earning interest. You can still contribute to it, whatever you want to do. You just can't take it from a
You
cash
saying
standpoint.
basically, man, before you get this money, go get that safety blanket. So you have the safety blanket for life. Go ahead, you got this paper. You saying even if you declare early, you still need to go get your degree and you can get this. I'm with it. I'm
You come back in the summer, like let's say Tom Brady, for example, for whatever reason, he didn't graduate from Michigan. I know he got bukus of money. I get it. But let's just say it incentivized, he goes back and get his money. He may use that money to give to a child to start their business with, whatever. Or let's not take somebody with that much money, but let's just say we get a guy who, I don't know, he plays and he wants to come back, and now that money is unlocked because he gets it back. That's kind of the incentive. But a lot of people say, well, what if they never go back, coach? They lose their money. No, it goes to your beneficiary. And so if you pass away or whatever, that money is locked into whoever you're gonna leave. Whatever if you just got some Taste One peanuts or you got $100 million, whoever your beneficiary is gonna get it, right?
gonna get that.
Right. So then that money gets unlocked that kind of way, because that's not whoever the beneficiary. That's not their responsibility to go to college and get that degree. But guess what? That money could be a great savings for your child who needs that money to go to college or whatever the case may be. I just think there's so many benefits to it, because if you declare early, you're getting money.
But
You
I'm
understand
big on
me?
this. Like I'm whatever, like just what you're saying. Go ahead.
Mhm.
I tell anybody that don't care. Do I care about a degree? Hell no, because you can make money any kind of, you go get a trade. But if you that close to getting it, just go ahead and get it. Like you that close, get it, and you get your cash.
And you get your cash. And my thing is, it's really more symbolic, right, in today's society, especially in our community. Let's call it what it is, right? Especially in the Black community, you get so many people talking about, the first one to graduate from college, the first one to do this, because if college still wasn't a big deal, you wouldn't have millions and millions and millions of kids going to college for particular things. And there's also other things that you learn in college too, right? That, of course, you guys learn because you're in college, but that process, you learn how to deal with people, navigate, make the connections, all that. That's why college is still so important. Is it always about the actual paper? No, it's the process that's more important than the paper.
Mhm.
I totally agree with that. Like friendships, the friends that I've made through the years in college got nothing to do with that piece of paper. And they already talk about, I don't know the exact percentage, but I'm just going to throw a number out here. 85% of the people who graduate with their degree are not in the field in which their degree is in. I've always said this, and I'm opening up the phone lines after this, that a college degree tells people one thing. It only tells people one thing, Lance. Do you know what that is?
No, you tell me. I don't what
That
what
you
what.
can be,
I
what do
might
you
be
think?
wrong. I might be wrong, but I just say I just saw you consistent, like consistency, because you showing me like you got up for 4 years to get this paper to walk across the stage. That means you could set your mind to do something like what you really want to do, because you had to stay consistent for 4 years. Nobody ain't telling you to get up. You see what I'm saying? You make
Mhm.
yourself get up just to get that paper. So it's a
So,
crazy.
so here's what I say, and it's kind of on the same line of what you're talking about. A college degree just simply tells people that you can be trained at a high level. That's it. That's it.
I agree with that.
Right? Think about this. I go
Especially,
get a teaching degree. I
especially
go
when
get a
you're a
teaching
student
degree.
athlete.
Yeah, but I'm saying I'm a teacher. When I got the job teaching, guess what the first thing I had to go do?
What?
Go to training. I went to school for 4 years. You still got to be trained. You got to go to all these professional developments. You got to go through all these different things, right? You're a police officer. You go to the academy. They training you. They doing all this different stuff. When you first get on to a police department, what do? You go to your FTO, the field training officer. Like everything that you do, you have to be retrained and trained again, but yet you went to school to be trained. You see what I'm saying? So it's just letting people know that and a lot of people, right? I'm a police officer. Why do I get more money if I come in with a degree versus I don't? Because I can be trained at a higher level. It puts me at a higher rank. That's all it is that you get some credit for those type of deals. And so that's that. I see people eating up the chat right now. If you don't mind, Lance, if you got some time, I want to give them
I'm here, man. You already know we vibing, man.
Man, listen. Go ahead and throw some peanuts in the microwave. Go ahead.
I was gonna do that, but my girl just bought me some food back to the crib. Well, I'm gonna dig in it, but you already know I pick these before anything, though. You already listen. I'm pick these before anything.
I love it. So hey, Chanel in the building with the $9.99. Appreciate you. She says, great combo, fellas. I'm gonna give her a love, and then we're gonna open up the phone lines right after this. Let me go ahead and give her a love and then open up the phone line. Hold on. All right, here we go, man. Phone line is open, 321-328-8235. For some people in the comment section that was saying, I think, who was that? I just saw it up here. I'm sorry. Jay Holler Kane said he didn't know about that one, Coach. So call in, please, man. I would love to hear what you have to say about it because I'm not really sure what part you were talking about. I would love to hear your take on that as well. You can ask Lance anything, man. We just chilling and talking. So in the meantime, while we waiting on a phone call, I did want to ask you about this. How did you get into Taste One Peanut? Like, I know you talk about the idea, but what even brought up that idea?
Like I said, at a young age, at a young age, my uncle, he had a slushy business, and where we lived in the projects, and he used to always park in the front. So every time he used to park in the front, as a kid, they always run to the truck and get a free slush from him. But every time he never made me pay. And every time he gave me a free slush, I used to always tell him, hey, when I make it to the NFL, I'm gonna buy you a whole lot of Slush Your Mouth. That was the name of his company. You know, it's Slush Your Mouth.
Slush Your Mouth. I like it.
Man. Listen, everybody in Polk County know about that. If somebody on here from Polk County, I guarantee you're gonna put, yeah, we know who that is. So he's always telling me that from elementary all the way to college when I used to come back home. And when I got finished playing football, I went to him and I told him I was ready. But the son of the story, like, unfortunately, we couldn't work out the deal. And I had to go my own route. So imagine I had everything I had found the location. I had everything in the, like, with his stuff, and I had to take everything down. And I had to learn how to do everything. Because I'm like, it got to be something. I got to turn this building into something. I ain't gonna go with him because everything I was going with his business, I was gonna have to purchase from him. He wasn't gonna teach me how to do nothing. I was gonna have to buy it from him. And when I decided not to go a different direction, just imagine you sitting there, you don't know how to do nothing. You know, his concept was slushes, boiled peanuts, and corn on the cob. But you got to live. That's my grandma. That was my grandma brother, that was my mom, uncle. So our family been around all our life. And you know, I'm not a dummy. If you want to learn some stuff, get on Google. Shit, I tell everybody. And
we had that conversation today.
Yeah,
we had that conversation today.
You'll figure it out. And I figured out how to make the slush. Boom, corn. My mama doing. Everybody knew how to do everything. So when we got to the boiled peanuts, my mom I'm like, Mom, I don't know how to cook no boiled peanut. She like, do this. And I put my twist on it. Boom. There it was. And I opened up a store in Tampa called Slush World. And man, no peanuts are selling out every day. At the
Slush World. Peanuts selling like that Slush World.
Listen. So imagine 2.5 years, I just shut it down. Just me being me. I'm thinking bigger. That was my uncle concept. You see what I'm saying? Because at the time, you put me in a position like this was something I always wanted to do for you, but then I couldn't go. I had to do my own thing, and it was like I had to do it. But look what it brought me. And I always thought bigger. And the crazy thing about it, I was talking to this billionaire.
Hold on, caller. We coming 1 second. Go ahead.
I was talking to this billionaire. He like always try to take my mind those places. Like, you got this, but you got these right here doing this. And then like, you know what? I'm gonna shut it down. So I shut it down, and I opened up a warehouse. And when I got my warehouse, I was like, I'm gonna just do my straight boiled peanuts. And I got the warehouse, man. I had it for a year. I keep thinking 6 months, but I had it for a year. I had it for a year, and I was trying to get my peanut recipe down, bro. I could not get that shit down. That shit was so nasty. It was so nasty.
Just couldn't mix it up right.
Forefront, I was doing it the shortcut way. Mm-hmm. When they say in rig, in rig. I was doing I got you. In rig. But when you get that warehouse, you got to do everything from scratch. And bro, I couldn't do it. Me not thinking it. Just call your mama, boy. I'm trying to do it myself. And I shut it down. Mm-hmm. But at the time, I wasn't thinking how I was thinking like this. So I'm happy I did shut it down. And then I started my own trucking company. I went and got my CDLs, and I started my own trucking company. And like I told you, just imagine I had a store in 2011. So I closed the warehouse down in like 2013, 14, somewhere up in there. Mm-hmm. And just imagine when I got my CDLs, I was just putting together a plan this whole time. Because I could have came out, just like, I got to come out the right way. You see what I'm saying? Before, and I want everybody, when I come out, oh, no, because he plays sports, I want you to respect my shit. You see what I'm saying? You're going to see the work I put in. And nobody ain't teaching me this. Like, when I say nobody taught me this, I haven't read a book on this. I haven't, video. I don't really, I don't have JT,
baby. Only I'm training.
Yeah.
That's a great story, because I heard about the slush before. I've heard that, but I'm glad you went in depth, because I didn't know, because I was like, how you get from slushies to peanut? But I never knew you sold peanuts and corn. So that makes sense now. All right, man. We got a caller calling in right now, 954 area code. Caller, talk to us. Give us your name and where you're calling from.
Oh, you know who this is, Coach. Come on now.
Talk to me, man. What's going on?
This Warren. How you guys doing?
How you doing,
Warren, man? What's up with you, buddy?
Listen, I'm really concerned, because I watched that 30 episode, and first off, Lance, listen, you're a Cane. I love it, man. Anytime I hear the name Lance or somebody's last name is Leggett, the first thing I think of is you. I just
thank you, man. Hey, it's only one. It's only one. You can't get no other. It's only one.
What's that?
I say it's only one. You can't get no other. It's only one.
No. I went to high school with two kids named Lance, and every time I see them, I said, "What's up, Lance Leggett?" And they always look at me strange. I'm like, "You're not a Canes fan. You don't understand." So, anyways, I watched that 30 for 30 episode, and like you were saying, for every one Shaquille O'Neal out there and Lance Leggett out there, there's 200, 300, 400, 500, 1,000 guys that are, destitute, broke, and whatever. Their just life goes to shit after their careers. And especially now with these college kids, it's really bothersome. This is the one thing I do not like about these NIL deals, is just the sheer volume of money that's being thrown at these young kids. And the reason I say that is because when I'm back in the 90s, I was a stockbroker, and I went into this business, and, these guys were making 10, 20, 30, 50 grand a month. I mean, and, to go from, $20 or $10 an hour or whatever they were making to making 50 grand a month, it just completely screws with their mind. And they think that's going to stay that way forever. And there were so many guys that were, as soon as they got out of the business, they were $500,000 in debt, $1 million in debt. They were just, because they were spending money like there was no tomorrow. And I hate to see what it's going to do to these kids who, like you said, they don't have any financial education. and they don't have anybody with a genuine heart and concern to guide them. There's a whole bunch of shysters, because in that brokerage business I was in, listen, there was so much money. There were shysters coming out of the woodwork. I mean, it was horrifyingly scary how many scumbags would show up on the scene to try to milk somebody out of their money. And it's, and I'm looking at these, this NIL deal, and I see kids from whatever school. It's not just Miami, whatever school, they make it, they're trying to make it big in college and obviously into the pros, and they're signing these big deals, but they have no financial literacy, and this is going to blow up if somebody doesn't make a concerted effort to give some guidance to these kids. Because I mean, look at the Gary Colemans of the world. The guy got raped by his own family member because he was making so much money. I mean, it's just heartbreaking. It truly is. It's heartbreaking, all because of people's greed. And I'd like to see him succeed, but I don't know. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Nah, it totally does, man.
It makes sense, because you saying the same thing we saying. You seeing it happen before it happened. So I feel like they should have been. That's common sense. You should have been put that rule in place. You see what I'm saying?
Is there a thing that schools are going to, just to, hey, listen, because of the NIL, we're going to have you enroll in a class in a basic financial management skill, and I understand some of these kids, you can't tell them anything because they've been offered a $400,000 deal or a $100,000 deal as a college kid, which is unheard of in the history of American colleges. And so these kids are going to think they're invincible and they don't need anybody's help. And it's just, first off, you got their age and their attitude and all this stuff, and they're already hard to get through to them. And now you throw money on top of the deal. It really scares me for what's going to happen to this sport, because it's going to ruin a lot of kids. I mean, it's just going to happen. You said you don't want to see that next 30 for 30, but it's coming.
Oh, it's coming. I already know it. But here's the thing, Warren. So from my understanding, I believe, I don't know if NCAA requires this, but I think each kid has to take maybe 6 total hours of some financial stuff, like 6 clock hours, not credits, not 6 credit hours, 6 clock hours of, just, it's kind of like the NFL symposium, right? The rookie symposium they do, right? The whole thing.
Right.
But who learns anything in 6 hours, right? You've been playing 15 years of football and you still learning stuff new. So how you going to learn about finances in 6 hours? But I think that's just like the bare minimum. Lance, you got anything in response to what he said?
No, I was like, no, I'm good.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Warren. I agree
go ahead.
with you. No, I was just saying I agree with what you're saying. In that sense, and it's funny you talk about stock market. So I know you know this movie called Boiler Room.
Oh, dude, I listened. I know that movie in and out. That and Wolf of Wall Street.
Yes, sir.
Wolf of Wall Street was far more accurate. Far more accurate than Boiler Room. Boiler Room was more of a Hollywood. There was a few things that were very accurate, but the overall deceit and slime and scumminess that went on, that was accurate. That was absolutely true. But if you want a real representation of what went on, watch the movie Wolf of Wall Street. It was cutthroat, and it was all about money, period, end of sentence. They didn't give a damn who you were, what you look like, could you make money, and could you generate. And then the second you stop making money for them, you're gone. They forgot about you. They're like a vapor, gone out of their memories.
That's how every business is. That's how it is in the NFL.
Every business like that. NFL the same way.
Yeah.
Right.
But
well, let me ask you a question. I'll make it real quick. But the guys like yourself who've been there, you've done that. Ed Reeds of the world, the guys who have a name, are they going to take it upon themselves? And it doesn't have to be just at Miami. I don't know. I don't know. I'm thinking of Texas, Vince Young or Ricky Williams, to just sit down with these kids and say, "Hey, let me tell you what's coming." I mean, it's going to be great being in the limelight. But that limelight, that they're going to turn the lights off one day, and you still got to pay your bills next week, next month, afterwards, this, that, and the other. Is there any sort of talk about this? I mean, everybody's talking about the money now, and that's fantastic. But there are going to be repercussions if these kids are not taught. And then, who's going to take that leadership role? I mean, because it has to happen. There's no two ways about it. We're going to kill the sport if these kids don't get some proper schooling or education or guidance. It's just that's just all there is to it.
Not like that one kid from Texas where he got that Lambo deal, the running back.
Yeah, Bijan Robinson, I think it's.
So imagine, man, like, he gotta really do something, because I wonder how they'll treat him If he don't get YouTube famous, how they'll treat him if he didn't make it? Would they take that land back?
I don't know, but here's my question. So I'm gonna answer your question, Warren, then I'm gonna go to yours, Lance. So to answer your question, Warren, this is why we have governing bodies, right? This is why you have people in place who set rules. And if the NCAA, that's why I'm not holding it to the institution, but more or less to the NCAA. If the NCAA is not going to set rules, then you're going to get exactly what you're getting today, the Wild Wild West. Now, will some coaches make it a part of their program? I don't know if that's legal or not. I don't know how, you know what I mean? I don't know if you can, like, it's almost saying I'm going to make all my kids, but if you come to this school and you play football, you have to take liberal arts as a degree. I don't know if you can do that. You know what I mean? You can't dictate what degrees they're going to have. You know, you might influence them or you highly strongly suggest they do something. But what I'm saying is I don't know. So that is a great question in the sense of what happens from the rule makers.
Right. Well, the scary part of what you just said is the NCAA is the governing body. Listen, they have already proven time and time again. And Lance, I'm sure you were there to witness it. They didn't give a damn about the player. You were a product to be used to be made, and the school made money off it. So the NCAA, they never gave a shit about the students.
Yeah.
I mean, they just cared about the NCAA, and I absolutely hate that organization. I don't know why they would somehow don't get rid of it and create a new.
Go ahead, boy. You got one of who just called in. He just don't like the NCAA.
You don't like the NCAA. Well, Warren, I appreciate you as always, man. Thank you for always supporting us, man. And let me get some.
That's funny.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot, Lance. You guys take care. Best channel on YouTube. I'm telling you,
man. Appreciate it. Man. Thanks so much, Warren. Bye now.
All right, buddy. Bye-bye.
All right, big shout out to Warren in the building. Now, the second part, I want to answer your question, Lance. What did you say? You said something.
I was just saying with the kid from Texas.
Oh, Lamborghini.
Yeah. So imagine like if he, Lord willing, he make it, but he don't. What, you gonna take that from me?
So here's my problem. Here's my problem with NIL deals. Product-based NIL deals. It has no real value. Now, if you're going to give me that, like how the Nigel Pat got an NIL deal in conjunction with some money, that's different. And I don't know if this young man got money with his NIL deal and the Lambo or just the Lambo. To me, that's a bad deal. That's a bad deal. You're pulling up to a dormitory in a Lamborghini, dog. But yet you get nothing. See, what I'm saying is that Lambo has it becomes a liability. It is not an asset. See, that's where the problem is. Like, you know what Rick Ross said? And I'm going to get to the caller here in 1 second. Ross was talking about his cars. And they were like, well, cars don't have, I think he was on Breakfast Club. And he was talking about, well, cars lose their value. And he was like, you're right. But I use these cars to make money. People going to pay me $20,000 just to have it show up at their car show. Now it becomes an asset. Mm-hmm. That Lamborghini for him is a liability. Meaning, how long that Lamborghini going to last? Let's say by the time he 5 years in college, that Lambo 5 years old. You know who real Lamborghini owners? Man, that car old, bro. Like, you know how luxury cars go? When Mercedes-Benz went from the bubble eye, you drive a bubble eye Mercedes-Benz now, boy, you get laughed out the lot. Am I lying?
He'll laugh me out of here, boy.
I always tell people, like Jaguar, right? So Jaguar, remember when they changed the body style of Jaguar? Imagine if you bought your Jaguar the year before they had the body style change. Your car look old, and it's only 1 year. Like so to me, that's a bad deal. But yeah, I hope that God, a lot of these players don't get caught up in merchandise-based deals. Because I had a guy named Juan Perano, and he talked about that. You got guys doing social media posts for 6 pairs of underwear and 6 pairs of socks, and they got to do a social media post. But that one social media post can make them people $10,000, and all you got out of it was $30 worth of draws.
You think some of them gonna get paid and want to get paid in that crypto stuff?
If they do, they better know what they're talking about. But we're gonna jump onto it. Let me get to this call. Let's see. Caller 708. I already know who this is. Talk to me, caller.
What's up, Coach? What's up, Lance? How y'all doing?
Yeah, what's up, man?
I'm good. What's up with you, man? She's a Chi-Town King right here. What's up?
What's up, man? Hey, well, I mean, Coach, you and I have talked about this NIL deal. I think it was probably about a month ago, where I said, hey, look, the only thing I feel like a player should be able to get is all medical expenses paid for through injury. And that should be that was the main thing I was focusing on. I don't feel like kids that age should be getting 5-6 figures, just to not even play. You know what I'm saying? Like,
hold on, man. Your phone
players.
breaking up a little bit. I'm not sure where you are. Your phone breaking up just a little bit.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
That's perfect.
All right, cool. Like I was saying, there's only 6 college players that I've ever thought should be valued or at least around $1 million. Only 6. You know what I'm saying? So like you have like the average players taking home $600,000 or 6 figures, and even less than 5 figures. That's a lot of money for them to be thrown away. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, like the fact that the schools only make them do 6 hours to learn about finances, that's crazy. Some of these kids don't have the mentality to have that amount of money, which might not even be their fault. Everybody needs to be taught. It needs to be, integrated into their lifestyle. But everybody doesn't see the progress. Like Lance turned, he was a star athlete, like all credit to him. And then he had that business mindset, like, all right, I'm going to start this. I'm going to have this money put away so I can make this. And now he has the taste one bowl of peanuts. Now, Lance, I'm allergic to him. I'm sorry, but, definitely be putting on these Chicago people to him, man. Like, I'll do what I can up here.
Yeah.
But, it's just these kids need to understand, like, yeah, it's nice to have that amount of money now. But if you don't know what to put it towards, that money's going to disappear. And then whatever sport you're playing ain't going to last forever. And all those people that be like, oh, yeah, you cool, you get this club for free, or and you become this or whatever, and then you become old news, all these people going to completely forget your name.
True.
It's just people, like, these kids need to understand, like, listen, it's great, get paid. Do what you got to do. Do I think you guys should be getting $50,000, $100,000? No. I think they should just be paid like they were workers for the university. You have the students who work at at the library or do stuff around the school. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, listen, get paid like that. Like you're getting paid like you're an employee for the school.
That's crazy, man. You gotta be out here.
Hey, listen. I'm gonna do this. Do me a quick favor, because your connection is really bad. I know you probably can't hear it. I'm gonna have you hang up and call right back, and then I'm gonna get on this answer.
Call back right. Talking right this time. Talk about working at the bookstore.
The connection real shaky. So hang up, call right back.
All right, I got you.
All right,
I got you.
Man,
all right, listen. Hold up.
He gonna work at the bookstore. Man, get out of here.
Hey, when he get back, I'm finna get that chin. He ain't gonna get that chin right here.
I'm gonna talk about.
What's up? You back?
Yeah, can you hear? Is it better now?
Hold on, let me see if I can get that.
Please repeat that.
You all right now? All right,
yeah, I heard it.
I had to get that chin right quick. I had to make him the Smitty. Listen, bro. There's nowhere in the world. Listen. So here's what it is. I want to call because I like our conversations, and I think you have a real open mind. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna let Lance talk. The reason that's not right, because of what they bring to the university. Even as I looked up the NIL deals, right? It's all relative. The John Ruiz, he's giving the NIL deal to the volleyball player. This girl's Angela Grieve, I guess is how you say her last name. For 12 months, she only getting $6,000 because they're not bringing money to the university. These players are bringing millions and millions upon millions of dollars. And can I tell you something? Even at $800,000 is still peanuts. They are Lance Boyle peanuts compared to what that young man is going to make for the university in ticket sales, all the other stuff, going to the not the championship, but the tournament and all that other kind of stuff. So I believe that players should get whatever they can. Because here's the sad part. For years, Lance, you can answer this. Were you even allowed to get a job?
You don't got no time to get a job.
Right, but you couldn't even get a job.
Yeah, you don't get no job. You bet. Only time you probably get a job is summertime.
NCAA wouldn't even let them get a job.
Nah.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
No,
Yeah, man.
Go ahead, Lance. Go ahead.
Yeah, see, I'm gonna go off topic again. We can't, like you say, you can't get no job, but you want to go be the cook. You want to go mop some floor with them. Buddy won't you go mop some floor and get paid. Why I gotta struggle for that, man? I'm out here busting my behind. Let me get what I'm working. Now I agree with you on like putting stuff in place, but that right there, bro, I ain't going to work. What I look like going to work at the Burger King UC.
Oh, he was saying that they should get what he said was not that they had to work, but they should get the amount of money that somebody.
Man, listen, that's basically saying work. Man, you don't give my man. Don't try me like that.
Hey, Lance, look. If I can take the comment,
you say that, whatever your head right now, but you don't put that. Listen, don't write that. Don't put that.
Hey, now you good, man. But okay, but be honest. So do you think? Okay, here. How about this then?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think a recruit should be able to get NIL money to go to a school. I think they should wait to go to school first before they get an NIL deal. Okay, how about that one?
Why? Why not? A rapper make it
because
at
then, like,
a rapper can make it a rapper can make it at 18 years old. Why I can't make that much money if I'm gonna bring some money in? I'm gonna make you some money.
Yeah, but also like it's different jobs. You know what I'm saying? Like a rapper, all he needs is one song to go. Okay, that Silento song. And that's the only song I know from him. He made all that money from that one song, and I haven't heard anything from him. Now I do agree. Like if you go to college, you know, pick your school or whatever, then start getting NIL money after that. But I don't think like you should pick a college based on how much money you should be able to make.
Why not?
Like that recruit going to Tennessee, that quarterback, where it's rumored, I haven't seen anything specific, where the NIL deal is $8 million before he even steps foot on campus.
So you rather go pay? So listen, you got now. Watch, I'm going to put you in a hard place.
$8 million.
And you're a Hurricane fan, right?
Born and raised, man. Up here in Midwest.
What kind of fan you are? Who you like?
Like, what do you mean? Who do I like?
What team? What
college
team?
Or
college team?
No, I'm a Hurricanes fan.
Okay.
And every
you coming out of high school. You got Tennessee. They offer you finna get $8 million, and you going to University of Miami where you're gonna probably get $400,000. Where you going at?
If I'm a Hurricanes fan, born and bred, I'm
you're a Hurricanes fan.
No, sir.
I'm going to Miami. Hey, coach, you already heard my thought process on the amount of money. It's not about what the ceiling is now. It's about how much I can make that ceiling later on. Is Miami football more relevant right now than Tennessee football right now?
Bro, your pocket is straight, boy.
Can I tell you
honestly, like, listen. If Miami football gets back to what it can be, you mean to tell me that my ceiling ain't gonna go more up if Miami football gets back to where it's supposed to be than where Tennessee is right now?
Bro, you just a diehard, bro. Just that's all you.
No, listen. I'm a Miami
Hey, Coach, you already remember my comment? You already know my comment, man?
So you're diehard, and kids are not diehards. You got to remember that.
Yeah. Here's the next thing.
Yeah, no, that I do know.
Listen,
but you said if you was a diehard, bro, man, you gotta go, man.
Can I tell you something? My mama could be the coach for the Miami Hurricanes. I'm going to Tennessee. Because let me tell you something, bro. I'm just telling people, bro. To me, now if you're talking about 400,000 and 500,000, okay, You talking about 400,000 and 8 million, bro? That's that, bro. Now, I don't, listen. I hear all that in theory. But at the end of the day, my man, trust me. If you make that choice, because here's the thing, like anything else, you talking about margin that's this wide, bro. We ain't talking about 400,000 versus 450, right? Oh, okay, I can make up the other $50,000 over, being a better program. Okay, cool, whatever. But we talking about 8 million versus 400. Hell, 8 million versus 2 million. You 8 million versus 5 million.
Okay. So the difference is, Miami offered 400,000. Tennessee's at 8 million. So you're looking at $7.6 million left on the table. Right? That's what we're looking at right now. Yeah, that's what we're looking at. Like quick math. Okay. Now, okay, let's do some quick math then. All right, so I'm leaving $7.6 million on the table right now. I could go to Tennessee, where, let's just be honest, I'm going to get my teeth kicked in by Bama, Georgia, Florida, and I'm probably going to be the fourth or fifth best quarterback. I'll go quarterback. I'll be the fourth or fifth best quarterback in that division. And by the time, if I make it to the NFL, God willing, I'll probably be fourth or fifth round draft pick, and that's probably making what Miami's offering me to go to college.
Yeah, okay, I'll take that league minimum. A little bit more than league
and
minimum.
Then, so a little bit more than league minimum. Or I could go to Miami, be the number one quarterback in that whole division, be first round draft pick. I'm making the maximum rookie deal, $32 million.
But that ain't guaranteed, though. 8 million guaranteed.
Nothing's guaranteed.
Yes, it is.
Nothing's guaranteed.
That 8 million, yes, it is. When you go there, that 8 million guaranteed. You telling me possibly. Here go the second piece.
Yeah.
Hold on. How many fifth round quarterbacks, right? Because 8 million, think about this. 8 million is still more than what you already got. 8 million in the bank. Who cares about league minimum? I got 8 million. Listen, I love you, dog.
Hey, man.
Hold on. I got
Hey, man, listen here. Hey, Cole, you look, you slapped him, man. Look, you slapped him. I gotta put some does it that nigga, man.
Listen, man, let me get some more colors on the line, dog. I appreciate you.
Hey, Coach, I work in my $17 an hour right now. But when I become this professional boxer, I'm making $100 million because I'm working the $17 an hour. I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna hook you up, man. Don't worry about it.
That's what it is. Boxing, dog. That's what you do.
Nothing wrong with that.
All right, boy. I appreciate you, man. Thanks, man.
All right, Coach.
Yeah. Lance, in the words of my man Fat Joe.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
At all.
What that boy talking about? 8 million. If he was talking, I even gave him some leeway on 800,000 versus 400,000, but not 8 million, bro.
I was just trying to give him on average what kids would make. You know what I'm saying? Cover that.
Yeah. He tripping.
Yeah, he talking crazy.
He tripping on that one. But let me see, 8-10 right now, man. So now this is the kind of conversation I wanted to have talking about that. Here's a piece I want to talk about that. I don't know why I always had a stick in my hand. Lance, you about to get Lance. Before I go to this, you about to get baptized, dog. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Hello, Miss Wilcox.
Well, hi. How you doing?
Miss Wilcox. I'm finna let you baptize. Yes. I'm finna let you baptize Lance right now. Get him.
Hi, Lance. Go ahead and chill. How you doing? I'm doing fine. Let's get it started. Number one, the top 10 universities have to have Duke, Miami, and Notre Dame in there. And when you go to those colleges, those degrees pays off, and your tuition is paid all the way through. At this time, everybody else was paying up on the table to be Miami, Duke, and Notre Dame. Let's get it straight here. Pay the players. It's been a long time going. The state school been paying up on the table called Booster. Don't you remember? But Miami supposed to have been, had the hose on the bus and did everything and had a booster. But, Miami had to, Democrat told them, the female said, get rid of of the coach, which was a black coach. So guess what? Here's Alabama got all your coaches, and they up top. You see, you got to understand, God put that money there for them. And a lot of mothers are suffering. A lot of them came from nothing. Their kids don't even have a pair of shoes. They came with 3, like Ray Lewis, a suitcase and a few clothes. Don't you deserve that these kids need to be paid? Because I'm telling you, money is money, power is power. All the schools got everything. What more these universities can have? They got to pay the players. They got to get on their knees one day and remember, these kids made those universities billions of dollars, and nobody said anything. But remember, Reggie Bush brought it on home and said, okay, y'all can't touch me. Oh, he went into the NFL. Y'all can't touch me, but mama was living good. While the poor kids, needed a piece of bread on the table. But you got to understand, education is number one. Miami came with education. They 53, they already had their degrees, but the degrees was worth more than some made in the NFL. So remember, the coaches in the NFL, they have to have degrees to run it. Because nobody's just going to pick somebody off the street and say, come on, run my team. It does not work like that, okay? Right now, pay the players. We must sit back and be solid because we don't know. Nobody's promised here to go to the NFL. Who said they're going to promise to be picked first? Do you know who's going to be picked first? Because only 332 guys every year. Not back like the old days. You could have 73 players. Now you got down 53. But you take the money, you make an LLC. What that mean? While you're in school, focus on your business. You may have children. You got to pay child support. But you got to tuck away some of the money. You got to help mama. Because mama was poor from the get-go. White and black. Puerto Rican and Spanish. They got scholarship. They can't afford those big 3 schools, Miami, Notre Dame. You got to pay. That's over $100,000. What's next you can say? Everybody wants to be you. Miami got a billionaire. You didn't know that was a gift from God. If he want to give you his money, sit back because you're ahead now. You up with the big boys. And good night.
Cox, thank you so much. You are awesome. I love it. Lance, I had to let you get baptized. So before you go,
I got baptized for real, boy.
Hold on, I'm finna give you your applause, Miss. Hey, you say, Coach, I'm trying to get you a sponsor. You should have waited to baptize him. Listen, the Will Cox, like I say, she ain't wrong. She's not wrong. You have to listen to what she's saying. Think about it. And that does make a lot of sense. So to what people are saying about these degrees, this is why it's so important. Some of these degrees are worth more than that little bit of NIL money. Because back to my thing, right? We look at a dude like Leonard Taylor right now. He got an NIL deal. His is for $10,000 for 12 months. That's less than $1,000 a month. Think about that. He's making less than $1,000 a month on his NIL deal, and that's Leonard Taylor, 5-star defensive lineman, based on Life Wallet. So you don't think his degree would be more? The use of that degree would be more than 10,000? You know what is that? When you break it down, $900 something a month.
Yeah.
You know, so we look at these big numbers right here. Clay James, the long snapper. He the long snapper. He getting $12,000 for a year. That's $1,000 a month. You know, so she making some sense. Schools like Miami, Notre Dame, somebody put in there Stanford, all these things, man. Bro, these degrees do hold Michigan, believe it or not, they do hold a lot of weight. So it makes sense. It makes sense. Anyway, that's pretty good, man. So you got baptized, Lance. I just want to let you know.
Yeah, she gave it to me.
She gave it to you.
The church said,
let's go. Hey, she said, let's go. Yes, sir.
Hey, well, I had to shut up. I'm like, whoa.
I love it, man. I love Miss Wilcox. I'm trying to get her own little section. When she come on, she got her own section, man.
Well, you already know she finna give it to you. Just shut up.
Just shut up. Just shut up. Let me see. Mark Stamp said, Kahoy, we all just got Will Smith slapped. Hey, but she was speaking that, like, on the honest note, she's speaking some knowledge in there, right? If you listen to the things that she's saying, and it's the truth. That's another reason why I went against Chi-Town Kane, because these universities have been making so much off the backs of y'all for years. These coaches get promotions because of Lance Leggett, because of Darnell Jenkins, because of Kyle Wright, because of, whoever. Duke Johnson's. Like, these coaches change. Think about this. These coaches' lives. Who was your coach? Coker?
Coker.
Larry Coker was your coach. He got these opportunities. Somebody hung. Oh, Brother Jay Blaze, go ahead and call in. These opportunities because of what you guys produced on the field. You know what I mean? And different things, right? All these coaches. Al Golden, even though what he did, he still, I think he's at Notre Dame now as defensive coordinator, but end up getting a doggone opportunity in the NFL as a tight end coach at the Detroit Lions. I mean, and this is literally off the backs of you guys. Now, of course, they put some work in too, but y'all got nothing out that process. Think about it. That's like going to Walmart every day and give them $20 every day, but you don't get a product in return. You just give them $20. And the Walton family becomes billionaires off of y'all just keep giving. Now, if you were getting a product in return, which people going to say your degree was a product, yeah, whatever. But anyway, we'll talk about that, man. Brother Jay Blaze in the building. Talk to us, man. Appreciate your love, man. What's up with you?
What's up, fellas? What's going on, Coach Hayes?
I'm good.
What's up, Lance?
Man, what's up, man?
Peanut.
Oh, yeah.
No, he in DC now, Lance. Hey, listen, he'll firefighter. Go what? When he put the fire, he could drop some peanuts off at the doorstep.
Drop it right there.
Right. Hey, I was looking at your title of your show, Coach Hayes. Says, what should players do with their NIL money?
Yes, sir.
Now, we talking about young college players. The first thing they should do is analyze themselves and remove themselves around negativity and place themselves around positive people with like-minded people. Mm-hmm. And they should pay down on their debt if they can. And
so I saw that. Hold on, Blaze. Not to interrupt you, but Blaze, not to interrupt you. I saw you put that in the comment earlier about pay down their debt. Well, when you're 18, what kind of debt do you really have? Yeah. Because their tuition is free. There's full scholarship kids. So when I'm talking about pay down their debt, what is not their mama debt, not their daddy debt? What is their particular debt when you say that?
Right. When debt come in many forms. Okay. You can have debt with different ways. You can have debt financially with yourself. You know what I'm saying? Through your family. A lot of people put their family account finances together. So if you got debt, you got debt. But what I want to say is to take that money and put it in a positive way where they can have residual income. And you will in life because money ain't really yours. If you look at it, it really goes from your hand to the next man. Mm-hmm. And that debt, you can increase debt quickly, even if you're a college student. A lot of college students got credit cards. My son is in Division I school. He's a freshman, and he has debt already using his credit cards. But the parents paying for the credit card with some parents if they can afford it. So that can come quickly. And when you're speaking of young people debt, you're not speaking of all people because some young people do have debt. Mm-hmm. But again, I want to say, analyze yourself. Again, remove yourself from negativity, around the negativity, and put yourself around positive, like-minded people. That's very, very important. And when you analyze yourself, do this on a daily basis. Not just one time. Do it on a daily basis. And like Lance said, create a plan for yourself. You want to have residual income. You want to invest in yourself to a point where that money is accumulating, you know, on yourself, on your business. It's a lot to a young player receiving a lot of money at one particular time. And at that time, depending on the desires of that kid's heart, is really going to tell the tale of what he's going to spend it on.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if he has a positive mind and moving in the right direction, then you will see what he do with his money. But if he don't have that guidance, then he's going to blow that money quickly. So it's really on how you handle the overall aspect of the picture, because like you said, we talking about NIL money, a big portion of the money, you know. So
well, I agree with that. Lance, anything you want to respond?
No, he definitely shit. You got to. Whatever, same thing he said. All of us agreeing on the same thing, but I'm looking at it like, why wasn't a plan put in place? That should have been just common sense, though. Like,
well, I'm gonna answer that. I think that a plan wasn't in place. You know, some people say, "Oh, common sense ain't common," and these people are not stupid. These people who are in charge are politicians. Even though it's NCAA, that's a political position, believe it or not. I said on another show, it is like playing a game of pool. You're not thinking about the shot, the easy shot in the corner pocket. You 2-3 shots ahead. I think the NIL deal was left to be in disarray to create some parity amongst the college football world, because people are tired of seeing, which I don't care, but people are tired of seeing Alabama, Ohio State, Clemson, Oklahoma, Georgia every year. Since the playoffs has started, those 4 or 5 teams have pretty much been in the runnings every year. One of those 5 teams, or 3 of the 5 teams have always been in that playoff system. So I think it was done for places like Miami, USC. You don't think the people at NCAA thought that Lincoln Riley was leaving? Like, they're not stupid. Like, people hear stuff way before, right? Just like you do something. Lance, you the boss that Taste One. You think one of them dudes that work for you do something that you don't know about? Yeah. It's going to get back to you in some way. You don't think that somebody spotted Lincoln Riley airplane landing in LA, or they, like, there's plenty of that stuff going around. So I think a lot of that was done to level the playing field for other schools to get in and kind of level this stuff out, because the rich only get richer, right? All the best kids want to go to them 4 or 5 schools. Just what it is. Because the playoff system created that. See, it was different when you only had one national champion and the rest were just bowl games. But now that you got a playoff system where teams got to get in and funnel their way to the top. Well, now I know before it used to be team 8, it used to be 1 and 2 team, you know, the number 1 ranked versus number 2. Now it's a playoff system. So now everybody's trying to cram into them same 4 or 5 schools that's going to get in the play. And God forbid if they ever open up the brackets to 8 teams. Now those 8 teams are going to be the powerhouse. And I think once this thing level off, they're going to open it to 8 teams. And then those 8 teams are going to be the powerhouse. That's how I feel.
Now, Coach Hayes, what's your advice on a young player getting this NIL money? What's your advice on it?
Well, I've already said, I think that player should put that money should be put away into, there's several money market opportunities out there. Everything ain't trading and stocking in Bitcoin. You can put things in. I'm not a financial advisor at all, by no means. Tax shelter annuities, you got Roth IRAs, you got all IRA, you got all type of money marketing things where that money can sit and grow, right? For you to have a nest egg once you graduate. And like I said, the reason that happens is it's still your money. It is Brother Jay Blaze's money. It is Lance Leggett's money. But at least you're allowing some maturity to set in. Because like Lance said, and Lance, you was in what, 05 to what, 08?
Yep. I went on 04.
Can I ask a legit question? Were you starving at Miami? Like, were you just starving? Like, they didn't have food for y'all?
Oh no, you gonna gonna still eat good.
You gonna eat good. What I'm saying is, like, even though knowing you came from humble beginnings, while you were on that campus, what did you need? What did you want? What did you need for? Not what you wanted for. What did Lance Leggett need when he went to Miami?
You don't need from there. You got a place to stay. You got lights. You got food. You got everything straight. You don't need nothing.
So,
This is why I say the having the resources in the community is very important, and especially mental health too. And it's real important to bring that to light and help have programs for that, because the men of the community need to step up to the younger generation and set a great example. There's a lot of people out for self, and that's not really the way it should be. But you know how this world is. But it's real important for you to remove yourself from that negativity and put yourself like-minded people again. So.
Nah, you're 100% right, Blaze.
I see it all
I think
the time.
we speak
as
a lot.
Firefighter. I run these young kids, and these drugs and a lot of things. I see it all the time. Mental health is very, very important. You know what I'm saying? And resources, they need to increase the resources, with people that can move that kid into a like-minded desires in their heart to spend their money, So, I mean, it's real important.
I got you, Blaze. Well, I appreciate you, man. We about to roll up out this deal. We getting off here at 8:30. So, thank you, man, as always, man. Appreciate y'all, your service, man. Y'all 150th anniversary for the Washington, D.C. Fire Department. Like I said, man, thanks a lot for all that you do, man.
Oh, no question. Much love. Go Canes.
All right, man.
Thanks for calling.
All right. So, as soon as I try to hang up, I'm going to take the last one, Lance.
Oh, you good.
All right, we got a 305 area code 89. Oh, almost said something. I almost read the man number. 305 area code. Talk to me, man. Where you coming from, man? And give me your name.
Hey, Coach, don't do me like that, Coach.
I almost slipped. I don't know where I was at, man. But
Hey,
anyway,
bro, I'm gonna get the whole number out, boy.
What's going on?
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Hey, I just wanted to hold on a second, y'all. Give me 1 second. Hey, I was just calling in, Coach. I just want to tell you, as a former football player, man, I'm loving the topic right now. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, I just want to say it's good that these kids, that these collegiate young men and just collegiate period, that they getting paid. Because, I remember when I was in college, I went to a D1 school, played top-notch football, and everything. And I just remember when I was in college, just getting that Pell Grant money and, having to send it home, to take care of mom and them. You know what I'm saying?
So, what I said earlier.
But like Lance was saying, when I was in school, we had everything there. We had everything right there. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't, it didn't really bother me to send at home, because them lights had to stay on at the crib.
Mm-hmm.
My little brothers and them and everybody, my nephews and nieces, they had to eat.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I'm saying? Sending that Pell Grant money home, I would rather do that. So that was a little bit of money to compare to what these kids, getting now. And them being in college, it ain't no doubt in my mind they got programs set up for these kids that's getting these $400,000, $800,000 deals. Whatever money they getting, I know they got plans set up, and you probably gonna have a few apples that's gonna hit the ground and spoil. But I just really believe that these kids, when they start getting this money, I don't really see anything negative is going to happen. That they're going to do something wrong. You know what I'm saying? I just think that the colleges, the coaches, they're going to prepare these kids to make sure that they take care of their business. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I wanted to say. And I just want to tell you that you're doing a good job, Lance, man. Hey, good work, my boy.
Man,
keep doing your thing with the Peanuts, man. I wish y'all all the success, my brother.
Thank you,
know,
man. Thank you.
and I played. I was on the practice squad with the Giants back in '99 for a few weeks.
Okay.
And with that little bit of money that I made, you know, came home. For my mama passed away and everything, but I came home with that little bit of money that I had. You know, I went ahead and bought me a rig. So, you know, I'm a truck driver too.
Oh yeah.
You know, and I got a couple other trucks that, you know, you know, I got some guys. Excuse me, I got some guys, you know, that run for me and everything. So, you know, I just wanted to put that out there, man. You know, y'all keep doing your thing, Coach. I support you 100.
Thank you.
I saw you down there at Lockhart, but you know, I couldn't really get to you. You know, saying to holler at you and everything. You know. Yeah, man. I saw y'all, man. I saw you, Lance. I saw y'all out there and everything. But you know, I just want to send y'all a shout out, man. Much success, man. You know, go Canes. Keep doing your thing, Coach, man. Much love. Much love, Lance.
Hey, hold on. Before you go, I do want to ask you a question. But Lance, you got anything to say in response to what he said?
Nah, you good. You good, bro.
All right, so let me ask you this. So, like you said, you go to the Giants and you get you some change and you got you a rig.
Right.
Meaning a truck, right? That's a semi truck. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I drive 18 wheels. Yeah.
Okay.
Been doing that now for over. I'm a little bit older than y'all, so I've been doing that now almost going on close to 30 years. But go ahead.
I love it. So if you don't mind me if you don't mind me asking, how long did it take for you to get a second driver?
Well, back then it was easy because the thing you would want to do is the drivers, you know, when they first get into these schools, you know, you gotta go attack the schools when they graduate from these vocational schools, and you know what I'm saying, and then you know what I'm saying, you get in like that, and then you get them and you know, and you just groom them. You groom them on the way up. You know what I'm saying? And you do it like that. But it's kind of hard now because really nobody don't want to work. And then at the same time, we're smart enough. You know, people are smart enough now that they're getting their own rigs. You know, they're going into business for themselves. So that's why I you know, going back to that NIL deal. You know, this generation that we're in right now, you know, everybody they trying to come up. You know, everybody want to be a boss, and that's a good thing. We got to start somewhere, but everybody, you know, mostly everybody they're trying to, you know, do their own thing, their own independence, and work for themselves.
I got you.
I
got you. But so my question is, when you got your second truck, how long did it take you to get your second truck? That's my question.
Oh, how long did it take me? It took me probably about a good almost close to 4 years. You know, because I was out there grinding. I was out there grinding myself. But you know what I'm saying, once I did it and everything, here's my question. Here's my question.
If I would have gave you, if I would have doubled your Giants check, could you have gotten 2 trucks?
Of course.
If I could have tripled your Giants check, could you have gotten 3 trucks?
I mean, I could have.
Okay.
I could have.
I just want you to know just to be on. But I got you. But I could have coming from.
Yeah, but just to be on the safe side, I would have just went on ahead and probably would have stuck with one just to see how it would have flowed for me. Learn the trucking business a little bit more because my dad used to work. My dad was a longshoreman at the Port of Miami. Gotcha. So and he was driving the trucks out there too. You know what I'm saying? So. That's how I had got a, you know,
no problem. No
feeling
problem.
For driving. You know.
I got you. So my point is, here's my point. If you were now coming out of NILs, this is what I'm trying to say about putting money up. If you would have now come out if you would have come out in this NIL era, look at the kind of seed money you would have to start your business and flourish. It wouldn't took you. I know it didn't take you 4 years to figure out that this is what you want to do. It might have taken it may have taken you a year, but 3 more years. Think about what kind of money you now make with 2 trucks on the road. 3 years earlier.
Coach, I totally agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah. And so that's all I'm saying about putting this money up instead of spending it at Gucci, spending it at Prime 112, spending it in the club, giving it away. When now, once you say, okay, I'm gonna get into trucking. I understand not buying 2 trucks the same day. But a year from now, you're like, man, you know what? I like this. I can get this going. Let me get another truck, go to these little vocational schools. And now I got two, because trucks make money when the wheels turning. When the wheels don't turn, truck don't make no money. So now I got two wheels turning. Now that's going to give me another chance to do what? Buy another third one. Before you know it, you got a trucking company off of that same seed money.
So coach, so back to what I said earlier. I honestly believe, and and I'm going out on a limb when I say this. I honestly believe that these collegiate kids today, I believe that they will invest their money while they're in school, especially the ones that's at the D1 schools, because you have everything. You don't really need anything when you're at a big school. I didn't really need nothing. All I needed was just the clothes on my back, and really didn't even need that because I'm pretty much going to class and the football stuff. When they give you the t-shirts and the football shorts and everything. When they give you that. You going to your classes and that, and yeah, you're gonna hang out a little bit, but I just really believe that these kids, and with the colleges, with the coaches and stuff, and the teachers and everything, I just really believe that a lot of them, the majority of them, are not going to just blow that money like that. I think they are going to do a lot of investing. You got to understand, Coach.
Bro.
When I was coming up, we didn't have all the YouTubes and all this. All this computer stuff like how it is now, with we didn't have that type of networking and everything like how it is now. You know what I'm saying? So, it's just we did what we did, and I just feel like it's not gonna, these kids now with the networking and everything that they have now, I just don't think that they're just gonna blow their money like that. You're gonna have some, but I think more will probably succeed than others. That's just my opinion.
I hope to God, man. I appreciate you calling in, man. We're about to wrap this deal up, man. But thank you as always.
Oh, absolutely, man. I'm about to go to sleep, man. It's
okay, man. Thank you.
Every Sunday, my brother. Hey, Lance, man. Good job, man. I gotta get a taste of them boiled peanuts, man.
Man, get them, man. Wherever you at, just go ahead. You see that on the screen. Just go ahead and go on that website, tasteoneboiledpeanutswiths.com.
All right, I appreciate y'all, Coach, man. Good work, man.
All right, thank you, man.
Bye now. All right, that was a great call, man. But like I said, I totally understand where he's coming from, Lance. And people say this all the time, but I still think things are relative. And I know I sound like a Debbie Downer right now, but like people say, oh, our day we didn't have technology. No, but we had resources, and people still want to go into the library, right? Like my mama and them grew up, there wasn't no library, right? So then libraries come in. You know what my mama said to our generation? Boy, we had a library, boy, we have all type of information, right? We are not this generation. Well, if we had this kind of technology, you know everything. Well, you had a library and people didn't know everything at that time, right? It was a big deal to get a World Book Britannica, the encyclopedia. So I think it's all on your motivation. So yes, true indeed. There were some kids that stayed in the library up there, North County Library up there off 183rd by Carroll City. And there was some people that never went in there. Same thing with the internet. There's plenty of people got information that I call it the idiot box and the genius box. You can find out any question you want to know in the world right here on this phone, or you can entertain yourself to stupidity right here on this phone. So I hope to God, bro. I hope to God, man, these kids don't, but I still think we should do that, man. Lance, let's get up out of here. Go ahead and hit that. Yeah, now we about to get out of here, man. And hey, it's Sunday, man. I got to do some editing. We talked about that, but I'm finna be on. Hey, I'm gonna let y'all know something too. Lance gave me one of these right here. He woke me up today, dog, because he coach was falling into the blinders, dog. Straight up, I was like this, running the race. So Lance, from me to you, thank you, brother.
No
I need to think about that all day, dog. It's been on my mind, and you're gonna see it. You're gonna see a difference. But coach, yeah, man. And if you need anything from me, man, help, support, whatever, all you gotta do is hit us up, man, to call. And Lance made a debut in the Robbie Washington WRE.
Oh yeah, you saw it. Hey, you saw it.
That's good, man. So go ahead, let people know where they can find you. Peanuts with an S and all that good stuff. We're gonna get up out this.
Well, you already know, man. Listen, man, y'all can follow Taste One Board Peanut Co. on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. If you want to order something, you see it on the screen, Taste One Board Peanuts with an S.com. You can order some, or you can go on if you click on if you're on the website, click on Find the Bag, you probably see Taste One in one of your little neighborhoods right now. So if you don't mind, just go support it. You might end up liking it. If you don't, let somebody else know about it.
I love it, dog. Like I said, they fired me. First time I had them was at the spring game. Boy,
Yeah.
The other two bad. I ain't gonna lie.
Exactly. I would turn up for them, but I ain't gonna turn up for them like that right now.
Listen, Lance, can I tell you something? You had left a bag at Streeter thing. I had pushed that thing on the floor and kicked it up under the table so ain't nobody see it. Coach when it got there later.
Oh, you had to get there.
hey, that thing was on the floor. I had to push that thing, kicked it up under the table.
Yeah.
But hey, it's time to clean up. I done cleaned up, scoop that thing. Boy. Take one boiled peanut, boy. And I'm gonna tell you a secret. I ain't even warm them up. I ate them straight out the bag.
Man, you the first one, man. Listen, a lot of them be doing it. I'm like, boy, I gotta warm my peanuts up, man. Gotta have mine a little hot. Then they get room temperature. Some of them be eating them straight cold, and they like.
You know why? Because you've been spoiled. You went to UM. See, I went right here to HU, Hampton University, HBCU, dog. Hey, our stomach can eat anything, dog. We can eat all week. Well, let me tell you. See, at UM, y'all had a shelf with a little hat leaning to the side.
Hey,
we
had
grandma arm. Hey, that lady stick her arm out there and that thing get to shaking. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Funny, man. And
that's all good, man. But listen, man, I appreciate everybody who watched. I know we missed last Sunday, man. It was Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Thank you, everybody that's stepping in. Like I said, I know this kind of slow period when it comes to football. The WRE is going to be coming out. We're going to be having a good time, man. Next Sunday should be a good show, interesting show. We're going to be filming from location.
Uh-oh.
So, yeah.
Move on the road, boy.
Go like to go on the road with it, boy.
Oh, yeah.
I got an Amazon package waiting for me. It just hit me. So I got an Amazon package at the door. Hoping ain't nobody get you, boy. But that should make everything better, man. But with all that being said, I'm up out of here, man. Appreciate everybody that came by, making this thing a success. And Lance, I don't have nothing else to say, man, but
man, you already know we had to throw it up, huh? Okay, hey, gotta throw it up.
I love it, man. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. And you always welcome anytime, brother.
Thank you, bro.
Anytime, man. All right, see y'all later, man. Peace, love, and hair grease. We out of here.